Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Vulgar display. It's the kind of thing you see Kim Jong-un, you see it Putin, you see it with dictators around the world that are weak and just want to demonstrate strength. Weakness masquerading as strength.
Look at this hair gel program robot. I tell you, these Democrats, these especially these Cali Democrats, I tell you, they need to walk this man out, man, in handcuffs. All programmed on the same script. Grossly incompetent. Scum. Lying, scamming dog. All this hair gel.
The dear leader on his birthday. What an embarrassment. Honestly, that's about as small as it gets. How weak do you have to be to commandeer the military to fet you on your birthday in a vulgar display of weakness?
Beautiful.
That's Donald Trump.
Look at this Pixelberry. Look at this Dingleberry. Crying. Look at him crying. My little wussy. My little wussy hurt. Oh. My little wussy hurt. I care about my community. I care about my state as it burns down. I care. It's peaceful. It's under control.
We all need to stand up and be held to account, a higher level of accountability.
If you spell accountability, sir. Spell it, sir.
You exercise.
I think the only thing he can spell is jail. And G-E-L, hair gel. That's all he spent his money on. That's all he worries about is his hair gel, slicking his hair back. That's all. Grossly incompetent.
Exercise your First Amendment rights, please do it peacefully. I know many of you are feeling deep anxiety, stress, and fear, but I want you
to get the hell out of California.
Know that you are the antidote to that fear and that anxiety. What Donald Trump wants most is your fealty, your silence to be complicit in this moment. Do not give in to him.
Look at him up here crying. He actually cried during this. I mean, this is a disgrace, you know. And you wonder why they're running everybody out of California. It's a disgrace. A dumpster fire ran it into the ground. Yeah, and it's him and many others. I'd just be walked out with their hands behind their back, handcuffs. National Guard will be back under my command. Yeah, them road judges rule for you, and then. Yeah, buddy, the appeals court, somebody had to step in and say, nobody. Not that brother with all that hair gel. No good. No good. You know, we seen the videos. We seen the stuff on fire. We seen the violence. We seen the attacks on law enforcement, the attempted murder on law enforcement. We seen it. The looting, the so-called peaceful protests. We seen it. A disgrace. All this hair gel. You know. It might be a little Diddy oil mixed in with that hair gel. That's what them Democrats do. They like to mix that Diddy oil. You see that other brother, the so-called leader, he rubbed all that Diddy oil on his forehead before he goes onto the fake news and speaks on the CNNs, the MSNBCs, you know, the CBSs, the ABCs. They mix that stuff with that Diddy oil. Look, I don't know. They say it keeps them up. It keeps them going. That's what they say.
And the notion that the United States active duty Marines, these heroes, would be used to to militarize the streets of an American city is an abomination. Founding fathers did not live and die to see that happen in this country for no reason whatsoever than vanity, theater, to instill fear, to incite a response. So I'm very hopeful this order.
See how all these Cali Democrats, it's like they all were like programmed. Y'all see this crap? They're like all it's like they're off the same script. It's like the same programming. You can just tell and see and look at his body language, look at it, just everything, and say this brother here is off. This brother here is a scamming dog. This brother ought to be walked out in handcuffs. And it's somebody right now packing their butt out of California. It's somebody right now walking away from the Democrat Party as I'm recording this right now. As y'all are watching this right now, somebody is walking away from the party. They said, I've had enough. This is it for me. Then they say, the party has left me. And they come on down here to where I'm at too, in Texas. I say, hey, where you from? They say, oh, I'm from California. I say, for real? Yeah. I had to get out of there. You know, I said, where you from? Oh, I'm from New York, New Jersey, Chicago. Oh, Denver, all over. I say, man. Yeah, I was going to move to Florida, but I got scared of it. I think there might be a hurricane next week. Yeah, I was going to go to Florida. I really like Florida too, but I decided to go with Texas. You know, I thought it was going to be a hurricane, you know.
Puts that in perspective, and hopefully Donald Trump will immediately back down. The courts have ruled on the guard. They will be back under my command, and he'll be relieved. Donald Trump will be relieved of his command at noon tomorrow.
It's actually pretty crazy how this completely backfired and played out for him. You know, and I'm glad it did the way it did. You know, because look at him. Ain't nobody going for it no more, sir. We are done with y'all BS. We are done with your crap. California is a dumpster fire. People waving flags at a protest, burning the American flag. Burning the American flag. Go somewhere else and do that and see what they do to your butt. Go somewhere else and do that and see what they do to you. People got to go back home, man. People got to go back home. You know, people got to go back home, and we know what happened to Cali. You know, we know what made Cali blue, and a complete disgrace. We know how y'all want to make other things blue. Stolen, cheating the system. People are not going for it, man. People want y'all butt walked out. People are not going for it. Y'all have ruined this country, man. Made it a complete mess. California, a complete mess. In the ditch. On fire. Throw it away. It's crazy how this really did play out literally like in like a 3-hour time span. You know? And then we got like a massive update. And the appeals court has ruled in favor of President Trump, allowing him to keep control of California National Guard. You know, bam. Just like that. You know. And then Trump, our president got to hit him with a big one, a big, nice, fat post of him typing. Beautiful. He says the appeal court have ruled last night that I can use the National Guard to keep our cities, in this case, Los Angeles, safe. If I didn't send the military into Los Angeles, that city would have been burning to the ground right now. We saved LA. Thank you for the decision. Again, Trump, we've seen what's taking place. You know, he's learned from this, and that. It had to be done. It had to be done. Or he's right. It had been burned to the ground. You know, I believe it's already burned to the ground. You know, you just can't make it up. But let's jump into this.
A legal win for the president's push to restore law and order in L.A. As a federal court rules, he can keep the National Guard deployed there as protests rage across Los Angeles. Moments ago, President Trump reacting on Truth Social saying, quote, "If I didn't send the military into Los Angeles, that city would be burning to the ground right now. We saved L.A. Thank you for the decision." Former federal prosecutor Jonathan Fahey served as the acting ICE director under President Trump's first term, and he joins us now. Jonathan, thanks so much for joining the program this morning.
Thank you.
You know, it's really hard to follow the courts on this. You had that decision late in the evening, and then you got one overnight from the courts. But I think when you look at the merits, they're going to stand with the president on this issue, right?
I think you're exactly right. And it's probably not over in the court system.
Right.
This will ultimately be heard by the Ninth Circuit and then possibly the Supreme Court. But the merits that President Trump is on are very strong. This statute allows him to bring in the National Guard when he decides that there is an interference with federal agencies doing their jobs. And clearly that was the case here. It's not even arguable that these rioters, their whole intent was to prevent the ICE from doing their jobs. That was their stated purpose.
That's
and
right.
what makes this case even more unique is California wasn't even trying to help. It's not like their local law enforcement was trying to help and they were unsuccessful. They were, at least in spirit, with the rioters in this case. And President Trump was not only right, it was his responsibility to do so, and things would have gotten a whole lot worse if he didn't.
Yeah, it's just one of those cases where you see the Democrats continue using the courts to delay because they realize that it's really not under real good legal footing, but they don't care. It's delay. I want to get your attention to Senator Padilla because yesterday he was removed from the Secretary of Homeland Security's presser, and this is how he behaved. Watch.
Hands up, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary. Because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your...
Please, Fox, we did a video on this. This is probably the best video we've seen yesterday. We need to see more of this, especially the California senators. Yeah, in handcuffs. They put this fella in handcuffs. It was a beautiful thing. And then that officer said the best thing that you could hear. Put your hands behind your back. He said it so beautiful. And then we heard two of them. We heard like 3 clicks. And them handcuffs sounded so brand new. Ooh, it was so good, y'all. Oh, it was so good.
On your hands off.
On the ground.
Oh, yes, here it is.
Hands behind your back.
Hands behind your back. Oh, this, I tell you, it's so beautiful. Let me hear it again.
Hands off.
On the ground. On the ground. Hands behind your back.
Hands behind. Oh.
Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go in front of me.
And he repeated it. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
On my back. All right.
Cool. One hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
So it was clearly a political stunt, right?
Clearly a political stunt and really bizarre behavior for a
You got to
United
make an
States
example
senator
out of
to
you.
act like this was somehow legit.
Yeah, y'all want to act? We got to make somebody got to be made an example out of. This is good. You know, and it ought to be a whole bunch of them treated just like this and walked out, made an example out of, put in handcuffs, thrown in jail, prison, slam a yard, turn the lights off.
Legitimate. And what makes this even worse is the reaction of other Democrats to
That's
this. Because the other Democrats have essentially said that he was in the right here. He has every right to go in, disrupt a press conference, lunge towards the stage, and they act like Donald Trump or is somehow behind this. These were law enforcement officers there to protect the secretary, and they did what they were supposed to do. This idea that they should have known there would be an unhinged senator there. And by the way, nobody outside of maybe the inside the Beltway world knows who Senator Padilla even is, but this idea that they should have known who he was, and somehow if he is an unhinged Democratic senator, he has free reins to go to the podium. It's so unbelievably bizarre. And I think a question for them would be, if somebody barges into their office saying they want to ask the senator a question, are they going to stop this person, or are they just going to let him through? Because, everything that the law enforcement did was appropriate here. There was nothing political about it. And the Democrats, again, this kind of goes back to the first topic. All they want to do is create chaos, because on the merits of their positions, they can't win. So they want to create chaos and be disruptive. But disgraceful performance by him, but even worse by the other Democrats who were supporting him.
Well, Jonathan, it also goes to the original sin, which is ICE was trying to do operations and they were prevented from doing that. This senator is essentially doing the same thing. So he made the argument, if they treat me this way, how are they going to treat other Americans? Well, if the senator is behaving this way when a government official is trying to do their job, what are the agents supposed to do, right, Jonathan?
Well, exactly. Like, how are they supposed to treat him? It's like, wait, are you supposed to just be able to charge into a press conference and go after the secretary? Of course not. And you're absolutely right on your point that he's doing what these rioters were doing, and these ICE agents, to begin with, were serving judicial warrants, meaning issued by a federal judge to do what they were doing. So they've been in the right the entire time. The administration's been in the right the entire time. If he truly wanted to talk to the secretary,
I think they ought to walk. They should walk. Just how they did. They should do this to Gavin Newsom. This is how they should do Gavin Newsom. Comment down below and drop a like on the video if y'all agree. This is how they should do Gavin Newsom, but yeah. Y'all gonna have to get him, make sure you get a good position on him, and be careful not to touch his hair gel and let him slip away.
He should make an appointment or make a phone call. The whole thing is nonsense. It's disgraceful. But again, they have no leg to stand on the merits, so they have to resort to these theatrics, and it's just embarrassing for him and the rest of the Democrats.
He's trying to increase his name ID. I guess he's looking for a run too. Jonathan Fahey.
A disgrace. That's crazy how this is all playing out, man. We are praying for America, praying for Trump, praying for you guys. I love you guys, man. I hope everybody's having an amazing week. Happy Friday. Getting close to the weekend, man. One love to the human race. Again, like I said, we are rooting for America. We do not know what to expect next. As you can see, prayers, man. Prayers. Prayers in the comment section. Again, y'all continue to be amazing human beings. Continue to keep that smile on your face. Continue to spread that love, that good energy. And every now and then when you can, stop by, come have a good time with your boy. We drop every single day, bringing some of the best updates and just coming on here and keeping it real, man. We have a lot of things going to be dropping soon. The merch, put your hands behind your back. It's going to be being sent out to tons of you guys, tons of channel members for free. And we'll have the link with people to get discount codes and everything. But this also is a prototype sent in by one of our lovely family members on the channel. Shout out to Beth. She sent me this. She made it. Now, I really do appreciate you, Beth. I love you if you're tuned in and you stayed to the end. I love you so much. And I hope that you and your family are well, Beth. But I love you guys, man. I wouldn't be here without y'all. And thank y'all for bearing with me. I know we're a little different in the studio. We just moved into the new home, so we're getting things in place. It's a lot going on. This process is kicking my butt, but it's the best / worst thing in my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Processing my life. I love it, but then I'm like, buying a home is, but it's worth it, especially when you have an acre of land and you can wake up and scream freedom. Yes indeed, man. But y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, day / weekend. We have more breaking news, crazy updates, and we don't know what to expect next. But again, like I say, prayers for America, prayers for Trump. I want to send my prayers and love to you guys. We'll see what takes place next, man. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to that channel so you don't miss a new video. Turn the post notifications on. Hit y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.